Do you find like, those sort of, more difficult debtors? Do you feel like is it just negligence on their part, or do you feel like there's some operators out there that are very deliberate in the way they approach that? And
look, I'd love to just say that it's negligence and that there's no deliberate sort of behaviour, but sometimes you do see it. Unfortunately, there really are. Unfortunately, there really are some sort of crooks out there, that make money, in ways that is just not particularly above board. So yes, we do sometimes deal with parties like that, and we know how to, but also at the same time, there is unfortunately there's no way of actually getting money out of people that don't have money too.
Yeah.
So you can really sort of try as hard as you can, and but yeah, eventually the
run out of options and
the buck stops. Yeah, that's right. And especially when it comes to the normal way in which people carry out business, which is through a company, then there is an option to obviously just dump that company, whether it be liquidation, administration, or what have you. And unfortunately, it's slightly unfair because as a tradesperson, with a license, this affects your license if you do that. So if you go into liquidation, then your license gets cancelled. But if you're a developer or whatever, then you don't actually have a license.
Right.
So there's sort of less consequences. So it can be a little bit unfair if you're if you go into liquidation as a contractor, doing your best to try and sort of run your business, but things don't turn out the way they're supposed to. Then you potentially are not able to actually continue doing a trade.
Yeah, that's it.
Whereas the developers can
start again tomorrow.
or under a different, get a different family member to sign the name to the company. Yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously not as simple as that. And there's also rules around phoenixing companies, and there's now director IDs, and you get prohibited from being the director for certain periods of time, and but yes, it is the way it operates is sometimes quite unfair. But yeah, look, those are the sort of the deliberately, I guess the deliberate non-payers, or who probably never intended to. We've come across a few of those, but sometimes it really is just because of issues that have happened on the project. Yeah. As you can imagine, if you've got quite a long chain of contracting parties, you've got the owner, and then you've got the head contractor, and then you've got a whole bunch of subcontractors. Yeah. And then it starts with the head contractor trying to get some money out of the developer or something. Yeah. And they say, no, we're not approving those variations, or, rah. All of that sort of then trickles down. Yeah. And then everybody else struggles to get their variations or struggles to get their extensions of time. And everyone sort of ends up under strain. So it's not always just people trying to be cowboys and rip people off. It's sometimes just the nature of projects and how they play out.
Multiple parties and all the rest of the jazz. Yeah,
things go wrong, and then obviously everyone's got a position as to who's to blame. But yeah.